I feel awful about how I feel about my wife. I feel awful about how I feel about my wife and don't know what to do. Apologies in advance, this may turn into an emotional rant. Just had our 12th anniversary this year, and it was the worst anniversary we have ever had. For years, I've complained to her that I feel like her roommate rather than her husband and father to her children. Why do I feel like this? Because whenever I try to show affection, such as a random hug or a kiss or just coming up behind her and putting my arms around her and telling her I love her, she either physically pushes me away or verbally does. Like, why would a wife not want affection from her husband? This isn't just a one time thing, it's a constant issue that I've been complaining about to her for years. When I get really adamant about it and tell her how it makes me feel unwanted and unloved, she will change her behavior for a little while, and then it eventually goes right back. In other day to day interactions, it always seems like she thinks the worst of me, making comments to our marriage counselor of all people that when it comes to some financial decisions, I'm just going to do whatever I want. That broke me. I have never made a financial decision without talking to her about it before. And when she said that in counseling, I was just absolutely crushed as I realized she thinks so little of me. When it comes to intimacy, I have to practically beg her for any kind of contact. And then, I feel like I'm graping her because I can tell she's just doing it to shut me up. I've stopped being able to finish with her. So I tried stopping all of my attempts at any affection with her. No more hugs or kisses or sex initiated by me. I stopped jumping up when she got home and excitedly talked to her about our days. I started withdrawing from her and spending more time out of the house with friends doing things that made me happy. I spent more time with my son and daughter, and I was getting along just fine. She claims she noticed me pulling away, but never said anything about it, didn't make any attempts at affection or talking to me about it. Nothing. I got a second job that ends up with me interacting with a lot of different women. Some of them show me more attention than my wife does. I can't help but desire them over my wife. Not that I'm acting on it, but the feelings are there. Finally, it comes up during counseling, and I admit that I don't feel the way I used to. I've lost that spark, that excitement to be around her. I find myself wanting to be with other people more than I want to be around her. After counseling, we had another talk, and I felt horrible telling her how I felt. It just poured out of me. I didn't yell as I wasn't mad. I was just extremely sad, and I felt guilty because I know she loves me and doesn't want to end things, but I just feel emotionally checked out. Once she realized I was ready to call it quits, everything changed. Suddenly, she was showering me with affection every day, all day. She finally stopped sitting on the other side of the couch, ignoring me, and would snuggle up to me, wanting to be held. She would initiate kisses. She would initiate sex. She was suddenly the fun girl that I dated all those years ago, and not this miserable person that ruined nearly every interaction with other people. In the past, she wouldn't take part in any real get togethers, or even just wanting to do fun things with us as a family. Forget it if my family wanted to do things. All she would do is complain about it the whole time. She would be the proverbial wet blanket. Not anymore. Now she's the first to suggest doing something fun. She's laughing again and trying to have fun. She's basically being everything I could have asked her to be again. Now I feel awful that it's not working. I still feel the same. Like, it's too late for me emotionally. In the back of my mind, all I can think is, this is just a temporary thing, and it's going right back to the way it was soon. This doesn't feel like a loving marriage anymore for me. It feels like I'm with a girl that really wants to be with me, but I'm just staying so I don't hurt her feelings. It's not fair to her. She's not all bad. She's a great mother and a great partner. She takes care of the house. She's got a great job. And she's supported me through the years, which makes me feel even worse about how I feel. Do I just give up? Is there a way to fall back in love with her? I don't know what to do or if I'm just crazy. Help.